Good afternoon. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. I am glad you're here. It's Tuesday and we are going to continue on with the cute little Easter Bunny set, the realistic look that I taught you on Sunday. The colored pencils and the white re-inker are the two main things you need to create that look. Also, I'm using the Sentimental Park dies. Hi, Debbie. Hope you got a lot of stamping done this morning. And my Simply Score tool. I'm going to show you another way to, hi, Donna, to create a nice background with the Simply Score tool and the corrugating high rosemary technique that I use. But I'm going to block it out. I'm going to do a little block in the middle of the card instead of making the corrugating design all the way across. So that should be fun in case you haven't seen that before. Hello, Jean, welcome. Glad you're taking a break. So we're gonna get started in right now, 2 o'clock. Wow, those 2 minutes went by really quick. So let me turn you down to my desk so we can do a little housekeeping, and then we're gonna get started right away. Sprinkle, 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 just like the rain outside yesterday here in Tracy. It was so odd. On the, what would it be? The northeast part of town where my daughter's school is. It hailed and poured and rained and wind and all that stuff. And here it was sunny at my house. It was sunny and dry and warm. Crazy. We're like 2.5 miles apart. Pinky says hello. Thank you for sprinkling. Thank you so much. Just like the rain out there. Oh my goodness, crazy. Today it's rained a little here and there, but nothing like they said it was going to do. You think there's a lag in the video? Oh boy. I don't know what to do about that. Hi, Mary Jo. Not at dinner yet. You're on your way though. Have a nice dinner. Okay. Remember, this is the March prize. If you ordered from me in the month of March, you are going to be in a, you're going to have a chance to win this prize, the smaller blending brushes. They're really awesome. If you don't have them yet, you're going to love them. And if you do have them, you're going to be happy you have more because we always use more than one. This is the card that I created on Sunday night. So let's see who won this one. Hi, Natalie. Thanks for coming today. The winner is Maxine. Maxine, I think this is the first time you've won with me here, so I need your address. Hi, Jocelyn. Please send me your address before Sunday, and I will get this off to you. You can email that to me at mofun44icloud.com. And I'll get it put out in the mail as soon as I get your address. Congratulations to you. Okay, so here is who I am in case you're new. Beverlee Morales. Tracy, California is my city and state. My March host code is right there for you. And you can shop with me anytime 24/7 at beverleystamps.stampinup.net. Okay, my YouTube channel is growing. If you go there or send your friends there, it's under Beverlee Morales Stampin' Up. All right, so hi Bev. I have been using my colored pencils, and I had mentioned Sunday that there are 2 different sets. There's assortment 1, here is the code, and they're on page 126 of the annual catalog. This is assortment 2, the code and the page. Now, I have both assortments because there's different colors in each assortment. There's not like neutrals in one and then all the colors in the other. There's just different colors in each one. I also used, so I'm going to show you how that works. I also used the water painter and a blender brush. for the realistic look. But let's go to page 126. And you can see here that assortment 1 has 13 pencils and is $16, and assortment 2 has 10 pencils and is $12.50. The assortment 1 does have the black, the gray, and the old olive and early espresso. It has Daffodil Delight, Calypso Coral, Bermuda Bay, Pacific Point, Pumpkin Pie, Real Red, Rich Raspberry, and the white. So I think if you want to start out with one set, I would get assortment 1 because you have the black, the gray, and the white, and then you can use the other colors like Melon Mambo is the pink, and if you need old olive, it's in there too. So that one would be great to start with for this realistic look. So that's where they are. And then I had mentioned on page 33 is the Sentimental Park bundle, and I'm using the dies again today. I was reading the comments. Darn it, Maxine, sorry. Oh, Maxie, I see what you're saying. That's okay, I'm sure she doesn't mind. All right, so I'm going to use again the Easter Bunny. I'm using this bunny today though, and this one does not have a punch, so we need to fussy cut them out, and I'm going to show you some other ideas. And I use the Happy Easter from this set as well for this card. Hey Margot, welcome. Okay, let me get all these out of the way, and we're just going to get started here. I'm going to show you the card first, and then we're going to get started. Here is the blocking technique I'm talking about, using the Simply Score tool behind the focal points. It's a nice little background of texture that you can create using your Simply Score tool, and I'm going to show you that today. You need for this card some Evening Evergreen cardstock. Your bunny technique, you already know how to do that. Thank you for all the hearts. Your blending brush to create the little bit of sponging around the edge of Happy Easter. Flirty Flamingos is the color of cardstock I used on the flowers, and then Melon Mambo was the color in his ear there, and the white re-inker. Okay, I'm showing that up close for a long time because I want to make sure you can see this technique back there. When I watched the replay, I didn't notice the corrugating really well unless I moved it certain angles for you guys. So I wanted to show you that. On the inside, look at the difference, the Easter eggs it makes when you watercolor your Easter eggs. I just think they're so pretty. Eggs are white, right? And then we add color to them. So that's what I did here for this card. So let's get started with this. And I have a little matching envelope for this card. I have a couple of customers that say no naked envelopes. Hi, Connie. Hi, Deborah. So we can stamp one of the little images from the set on your envelope, and you're good to go. All right, let me start with my regular size crumb cake cardstock and get my Simply Score tool. First thing I'm going to do, it's a little trick I don't think I've shared with you in the past, but this is sometime when I'm using my Simply Score tool and I've just cut my cardstock, I put my paper up against the ledge of the tool, and then I fold my card over and run my finger across, and then use my bone folder for this to burnish the score line. If you do that, you're ensuring that your card is going to be completely even. You know how sometimes you do this and you bend it over and you've got to try to get it straight? Using this ledge really helps you get everything straight in one quick go. So this is the front of my card. So I'm opening it up and I'm placing it into my Simply Score tool, and I'm taking out my stylus, which comes with the tool. I have marked 1 inch and I have marked 3 1/4 inches. The front of the card is 4 1/4 inches. And so that's where the score line is that I just made. So I went back 1 inch and then in 1 inch from both sides of the front of the card. I hope I explained that clearly. And I am going to take the wide part of my stylus and I am going to press pretty hard. I want this to show up well and go all the way down the cardstock. Then I'll close the flap and you're going to see 2 lines like this. Now this is a great way to put designer series paper here and here and do your focal point here, or designer series paper here and then leave this blank. So it's another great way front of a card. Okay, so now I need to make, let me show you the card again. I need to make these 2 lines now. I just made these 2. Now I need to make these 2. So again, 1 inch is what I'm going to work from the end. This is 5.5 in this direction, so I'm going to move my little marker over to 4.5. That will create my 1 inch from both sides. And I am going to simply start at this area of my horizontal line and stop at the next one. So what I did is I went to where the measure, oops, out of camera. I went to where the little pointer is telling me, but I'm not pressing, getting to the first horizontal score line, making sure I'm in the track by pushing down, and then stopping at the next horizontal line. Now let's take a look, and we've got our block. Okay? Now I'm going to make the lines all the way down just inside this block here, not all over the whole card. So you're going to ask, how do you do that without, how do you find the track? Oh, I'm glad you like it, Deborah. So I wish we had feel-o-vision, like we wish we had smell-o-vision, but I'm going to try to explain it so you can understand how to do this easily. I have the big ball of the stylus into the vertical track right now, right? I'm going to pull over to the right, and I'm going to fill a lump and a valley. When I fill the valley, that is the track, and I am just going to pull down. Okay, then I'm going to pull over to the right. I'm going to fill a lump and a valley. When I fill the valley, I'm just going to go up to the horizontal lines, up and down to the horizontal lines, and stop. Lump and valley. Okay, and you just do, hi Maria, you just do that all the way across until you have this whole square filled up. So I thought, rather than take the time, I have a finished one here. But see, that's how I did that. So you're really just putting your stylus in the one you just finished, pulling across. You'll feel like a lump, like a mountain, and then a valley. Grab that valley and just push in deep. And you can go all the way across simple like that. You could stop wherever you want. It would be pretty to go this way right here and just have a smaller block in here. You can do all kinds of things with this technique. Okay, so let's, now that we've got this done, let me get my bunny. I didn't want to color in front of you, for you again today, because you can watch the video to see how I get my bunny looking the way I look, with the way it looks. And the next step is to stamp Happy Easter onto the cutout Sentimental Park die. I think this is my favorite right now. Notice I said right now because there's always so many beautiful ones. I am taking Early Espresso ink, and I'm going to take my mat. some Stamparatus grid paper. And tap, tap, tap my Happy Easter and stamp that right in the middle of this tag. Hi, Lisa. There we go. Now I'm going to take my blending brush, my mini. Hello, Carol. And I'm going to sponge the edges of this beautiful die. You can, thank you for sprinkling. You're always so good at that, Carol. Thank you so much. You can get it as dark or as light as you want it. If you want it lighter, you can set it down. Take most off onto your scrap and roll it on like this. But I was holding it up and getting it darker, so it just depends on what you're going for. I feel that when you lay it down, you have more control, so it's just whatever way you like. Now I think I want it to go in on the flowers a little bit, so I'm just going to do that lightly like this. And then we have it ready. Deborah French loves these dies. I know, me too. Me too. Okay, so here we go. Starting to build this little guy. Let me take these out of the way. And I have some not early espresso, some evening evergreen cardstock, a scrap, and my last bit of evening evergreen ribbon. It's the In Color ribbon. I'm going to place the little mini glue dot on that before I lose this little guy. And I'm going to place it on his neck. Now the original card does not have it. I was going to add it, but I didn't have enough ribbon. So I saved it to show you the difference when you add ribbon. You don't need it, but I sure think it's cute. Okay, so the evening evergreen, I'm going to take this die that comes in the Sentimental Park dies and run over to my Big Boss. Set it behind me. Everybody that's on here knows how to use the Big Boss, so I'm just going to do it behind me. Up and back. And show you what this die creates. Now, this stem is very thin, and see how it's stuck really tight? I've described this before as when you're baking cookies and you can't take them off the cookie sheet right away because they'll stick. That's what this reminds me of. So I let it just set a second, and then I take my pick tool and push on it, and it pops right off. The reason I don't force it, hi Eva, is because this is so narrow, this is so thin, that if you forced it, you might tear it. Okay? So just remember that. If it doesn't come right up, just give it a second. Think of your cookie sheet cooling off, and then your cookies will come off nicely. What I love about this stem so much is notice this space right here. Thanks, Carol. I did the wrong die. I was wondering, I said, this looks big. Hold on. I'll be right back. Let me get it the right one. This die, the smaller die in the set, I wondered what error I was going to make today. Where's my dies? I don't have that one out. Where is my die? Oh, heart attack. I didn't see it in the pack, and it wasn't in my bowl, and I thought I lost it. So this is the one you use, the smaller one. Sorry, let me run that through real quick. Oh my gosh, I gave myself the hot, chills, sweats all at once. If I lost that die, would not be good. Put this puppy right back in the bowl where it belongs. Okay. Oh, I need to take off my sweater. I made myself hot thinking I lost this guy. So this will just take a second. I'll redo what I just did on the big one. Now I have a big one ready for something else. But look how this space is perfect for this one. Right in the stem. I love it. All right. Let's speed this video up. Not really. Just going to do this quickly. Happy Easter. Not even using my pad. Let's hope it works. There, it did. And then my blending brush, where did I put it? I put it away. This is faster, so I'm going to do it this way this time. Doesn't get as dark though, but it is more controlled. So you decide. I just love how this die fits in the stem. I didn't realize that till I was working with it, and then I was like, wow, that's so cute. Okay, so we can grab this over and set it on our card and start our placement. Now the stem is a little longer than I want it for the block here that I made. So I'm going to take my scissors and just snip that right there. And then I'm going to get my glue and place it down. Okay. Okay, and then I can put this guy down. And it fits right in there. You decide where you want it, over to the right or left more, or wherever you want it. Then I've also in advance cut out flowers. So here is a big solid, and then they have the detail to go on top of them as well. Let me see, this one fits this one. Yeah, this one fits this one. So let's move this one over. And I'm just going to put this down with some glue. Same here. Set that down. And come over to my little opal rounds. Take your pick tool, set that one down, and then I had a little tiny guy. Let me put my bunny down. I like the ribbon a lot. I think that added quite a bit on this card. The bunny down, and I'm putting the bottom of the bunny at the bottom horizontal line. And then I wanted a little flower in his paw. Just like that. And one more round. It's the small ones will fit on this one. Hi, Kathleen. And there is the front of the card all done. Now that was fast because I already had the bunnies colored, and but I really wanted to show you the blocking technique, as I call it, from using the Simply Score tool. Now the inside of the card. You're going to need a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 layer piece, and my trimmer, my blade looks like it needs to be changed, so let me use a sanding block and get that smooth. Okay, so I'm going to go to Enjoy the Little Moments, which is also in the stamp set. Isn't that bunny cute? I know, it's crazy how cute he is. I'm glad you guys like them. Trying to line my paper up with the grid lines here on my grid paper. Tap, tap, tap. Enjoy all the little moments of Easter. And then we have the Easter eggs. There's 3 Easter eggs. And well, I just inked them up with Early Espresso, and I think I'd rather use soft suede. So I'm going to get that ink off my stamp, and I'm going to go to soft suede. That's the same ink I use for my bunnies. It kind of just melts into everything a little better. So there's 3 eggs, 3 more, and then 1 more. Okay, at the bottom of, now you can leave it like that and be done if you want to, if you got a bunch you're going to make or something. But let me show you how I colored in. I think you guys know, but still want to share it with you. Again, I take out the colors that I want to use on my project and put them in its own their own case, so I can just grab what I need. And I try to use all the same color. Like I'm using the Melon Mambo right now. So I'm going to color everything, or try to color everything that I want Melon Mambo right now, instead of taking the pen and putting it back and forth in the box, right? So just pick some places and color with that one color. You guys are awful quiet. Are you having a good day? It's good here so far. Okay, so now I'm going to take yellow. I think this is Daffodil Delight. And color in all the spots I want yellow. Let's do this one. Okay, and then what is this one? Bermuda Bay. Because you don't have to color in really, really well, because remember that your blends, your blender pen will smooth everything out for you. Glad the wind has died down. I know, it was pretty crazy. Scary, huh? And then these eggs with the squares in them have a lot more spots that need coloring, so I'll take the green and fill those in real quick. Okay, and then you don't really need to do this part. The white, it might just help you see better when you're going to color with the water painter and the re-inker. Or you could just leave it like this with the blender. Watching and listening to you. Don't want to miss a thing. Oh, you're sweet. All right, make sure your blender is cleaned. And then same thing, go over all the pinks, just to save yourself the time of going back and forth. Putting your, cleaning off your pen. Just get all the pinks and smooth them out. Now clean it, and we'll go to all the turquoise. There's none on there. One more. Yellow. Okay, and the green. If you see any that you missed after you're in the area, you can clean off your pen and go back. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to take I tell you, girls, I have to take off my sweater. I made myself so hot thinking I lost one of my favorite dies. I keep trying to put this cap at the back because I thought they snapped and held, but they don't. So I have to remember to take it out of my hand. If I keep anything in my hand while I'm coloring, it like makes me unbalanced or something. I don't know. I just have to keep my hands free. So then look at the difference. Same thing as on the bunny, the difference it makes when you add the white. It really makes the eggs pop. And again, I'm taking the less diluted area, where the actual dot of reinker was squeezed out onto the block. Here is the code, by the way, 101708 for the reinker if you need one. Coloring those eggs makes card pop. Yeah, I agree. Now the little polka dot ones, it's not hard. Remember I said instead of doing this, just kind of tap away at your project. And if you've got a lot of water on your brush and it's diluted, it will soak in, and you can let it dry, or let it set a minute, and then you can come back and go over it again and get it more white on there. This one's not going to have any white on it, so we're going to just bring that in. And I'm not really doing any shading on these. You could, if you're an artist, go for it. I'm not that good, so I think that this is pretty the way it is. I need to get a little more water on my brush because it's not spreading as fast as I want it to. It'll tell you more water, less water. That's why you have your Kleenex or napkin next to you at all times whenever you have anything with water, so you can just grab it up and not make an error. I stamp these eggs different ways, and this is my favorite. But watercoloring to me is a soothing. Well, at first it was my nemesis. I'm like, I'll never be able to do that. And I don't like to give up, so I just kept trying. And I think the minute you let go of, it has to be perfect, or I'm not as good as so-and-so, and you just keep trying it, it just gets better and better. I can play with that forever, but you guys see, I can keep playing with that, but I'm not going to. You guys see how that looks. I have other things I want to show you, so I got to get going here. Let's get this in the card. Just think that's so cute. I just think it's such a cute little scene there. And I didn't cut this down. Lord have mercy. Today is day of error, right? Hey, it is. Why is it longer? Okay, well, I'm just going to cut it down anyway. It was too long. And set it in. Okay. Alrighty. So there we go. That cute. So now if you don't have watercolor pencils and you want them, that assortment 1 is the one that I would recommend, unless you want to get them both. But if I'd starting, I would get one, assortment 1. Now let's show you what else I've got going here. Remember, last year I showed you how to take a metal can from your fruit or your soup or whatever and make these containers. I love them. my favorite thing to say about learning, you have to keep trying. Didn't learn to walk on his first attempt, had to keep trying. That's exactly right. So I took a regular can that holds our vegetables or our fruit or whatever, your soup, and I squeezed down the bottom and hit it with a little hammer and smashed it, painted it white, and put some stamping things on the front, right? Filled it with some, okay, that word is shreddy, and then made a little handle. So this is so cute. And I love it, and I keep it around my house all the time. But look what happens when you take him and you just add him for Easter time. You can add him there. You guys have to tell me where to add him because I wasn't sure. You can add him there. I don't think I like it there. Or you can add him here, and he's smelling the flower. So I want him here or here. So 1 or 2. You tell me, and that's where I'm going to put him. So here is 1, and here is 2. Type in 1 or 2 and let me know where I should put them. While you're doing that, I'm going to get a dimensionals. Put behind them. First spot, number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Okay, 1 it is. Number 2, Ruth. Oh, I thought number 2 also, but they like number 1. So, and I want his tail to show a little bit, so I'm pulling him up. Oh, we have a bunch of 2s now. Well, we'll do down here next time. Isn't that cute? And you can just fill this with Easter eggs and give this to someone and let them hang it up every Easter. And then, have you gone to the online exclusives yet? I know I keep mentioning it, but I am not kidding you. Have you gone there? There are some new dies called Radiant. Here they are. Radiating stitched dies. You know the contour scallop dies, how much we love those, and we use them for everything. I think this is another set like that. They're frames, they're rectangles, 3 different sizes of the rectangle stitched, a heart, and then the circles. I love them. I think they're really going to be useful. In fact, I'm thinking I'm going to use these at open house in April. And I'm thinking I'm going to use them as thank you cards for March. Look at this. Another bunny. The heart is in the stitched, radiating stitch dies. All of these dies with the little bunny and a little bow and a little flower, just like everything else. So this bunny, these bunnies, not just this bunny, they really are cute, realistic, and add to your work. Where's this one? Here's one more. Here's the one I made on Sunday. So I'm trying to arrange them so you can see a little bit. Well, you know this one because we did it Sunday, so I'll just put that one back. And I'm looking for questions. You love my ideas? Oh, I'm so glad, Cookie. I'm so glad. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Okay. I'm going to let you go. I know some of you did this, so you can add a bunny to it for Easter time. No questions. I'm going to let you go. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.